Hello, everybody. That was hilarious. I got this up and running, and I was going to, oh my goodness, I'm so dark. It's because it's beautiful outside, and you can barely see me. Let's see if we can do that a little bit different. There, maybe that's better. I started it a second ago, and I ended it as soon as I started it. That was really, really funny. I accidentally hit stop broadcast instead of flip the phone. Ha! Hi, guys. All right, so this has got to be a super quickie. I have got a webinar starting in 30 minutes. Our Building to Diamond 102 webinar series is starting, and it's all going to be about conscious language. It's all going to be about how our words and the things that we say affect us. So, oh my gosh, from the Netherlands. Oh my goodness, you're getting me all excited out there, but can't see past your nose. Okay, let me try this way. Can you see me now? Sorry, I cracked myself up. Okay, but I gotta talk really quick, guys. I want to cover a couple of questions that I've been seeing on our 1090 page. We are going to cover, I see it's still too bright, isn't it? There, oh, maybe that'll work. Now you guys are seeing the mess behind me. Just let it go. I'm in my office. All right, there you go. So that works a little bit better. Okay, so the questions that I've been seeing on my 1090 page are asking questions like, when I go out and try to talk to people, I freeze. I can't say anything. I get scared. I freeze. And what do I do? So this is the first thing I want to tell you. It happens to all of us. There are times, hi Carla, there's times when I go out and I get ready to say something to somebody and I'm just like, I have no words. I know you guys can't believe that I never have any no words, but it's true. I go out there and I'm just not sure what I'm going to say, or I'm in the middle of talking to somebody and I just lose my train of thought, right? You guys see me do that here. So I just hand the flyer. So I've joked from stage with you guys before that if you're doing your 10 a day, you legit can, I'm not kidding. If you take something and you say here, like this, people will take it. They will just take it from you. So if you feel like, you know what, I don't know what to say. I get in front of people, or I'm tongue-tied, or I talk super quick, because that's what somebody said. I talk so fast, I sound like an auctioneer. You were cracking me up when I was reading your post on that. Yes, my webinar is open to everybody. You can go on Facebook page, and you can click the link. You can go to shannonhudsonwyl.com, go under events, and you can click the link to register for the Building to Diamond 102. That's open to anybody. We are starting that in just a few minutes here today, and it's going to be phenomenal, and it's 3 solid days of boot camp, so you better be ready for business if you do it. But okay, so when you're talking to people and you feel that freeze happen, just push through the fear and just go, Yeah, I'm not kidding. Just, here, hand them the flyer, because when you push through it and you do it anyways, it gets easier. I want everybody that has been doing the 1090 to today, post on Facebook what it was like your first day and what it's like now. I really, 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 really want that, because I want people to realize when I first started going out and chit-chatting with people, it was hard. It took a lot of effort. Now, like yesterday, we were at the Secretary of State renewing my plates, and I went in there and I had my first 10 done in 10 minutes. Just chit-chatting and talking with people. Nobody set up an appointment. Nothing amazing happened. It wasn't like oh my gosh, you're not going to believe. None of that happened. But I still followed through. I did what I said I was going to do. Then we were out and about the rest of the day and we did some different stuff. And it's not about that. It's not about whether or not they get in, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, it's about following through and doing what you said you would do. This is when it is keeping the promise to yourself. You said you were going to do this. This is a promise that you make for you. So it doesn't matter if people decide to get in when you're out there doing it. It doesn't matter if you set up appointments. It doesn't matter. None of that really matters. Not now. Not right now. Right now, it's just saying, I'm going to do something, going out there and actually following through with the action steps. Because what happens is the universe gets on board. Today, our webinar is all about conscious languaging and the words that we speak. And what's the question here? Did you sit down next to random people? What did you say? Actually, the place was completely packed. It was uber super hot. It was right as the place was closing, because that's when I like to go, because you won't be there very long. They want to get out too. So, I just dropped you guys. Let's see. There we go. So what I did is I just sat down in one little area there and I said, oh my gosh, have you been waiting very long? Like, oh, I've been here since such and such. I have this, because now it's this phone call thing that you can do. And so some of them hadn't been there very long and some had been there for a really long time. And I'm like, whoa, That is crazy. I couldn't imagine having to sit here for half an hour. And I pulled out one of my oils. I don't even know which oil I pulled out. Pulled out an oil and I started rubbing it out. I'm like, this place smells. Do you want a drop? And I just shared a couple drops of oil because there was a smell. And then I said, as a matter of fact, we've got classes if you live here in the area. And I handed out my flyers for my upcoming class. Love to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're talking about the brain and the mind. And you know, it was super simple, super quick. I did it to a bunch of people and everybody appreciated the smell of the oils because it was smelling, you know, pretty rank in there. So super quick, super easy. It's so not about whether or not they get in. It's about keeping that promise to yourself. You committed to yourself you were going to do something and you have to follow through and do it. Because once you start doing what you say you're going to do, your mind gets on board with you. And it believes you because right now you've said you're going to do something. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do these. I'm going to do all these different things that we've said through the years. And then we don't follow through. I mean, it's like this big joke with everybody for the New Year's resolutions. We say we're going to do them, make this plan, and everybody knows just a couple days later, you're already not doing it. A couple weeks for some of you, right? And so we have to get our mind believing that we're going to do what we say we're going to do. And this feels good for those of you that are doing the 1090, who already is doing your 1090, and every day that you've done it, you just feel so amazing about yourself. Post on here real quick. Let me see the stars. You're loving how, not the stars, the hearts. You're loving how it feels. You're proud of yourself. Exactly. There's so much excitement that comes when you know you just did it. So the next thing that I want to talk to, because I only have like 7 minutes left, because we're going to go more in depth on this too, is where you host the meetings. So where are you doing your meetings at? I get people asking me this all the time. So how do we learn the 1090? Go to the 1090 page. It is our Facebook page. It is 1090 Plan with Young Living Diamond Shannon Hudson. 1090 Plan with Young Living Diamond Shannon Hudson. And then read what we're about and look at the different videos and stuff we posted. Then it kind of breaks down that. I might do one of those tonight on exactly what this is because I know we have a lot of new people partnering with us. But where do you do your meetings? I personally do meetings all over the place. I do in-home meetings. I personally, if I'm doing an in-home meeting, like there to be like 3 to 6 people. I don't like a lot more than that because it's hard to get them all signed up in the end. They get distracted. So that's what I like to do for in the homes. And then I'm going to, that's hilarious. I am going to have to switch that when I hit Crown Diamond, aren't I? All my stuff that says Young Living Diamond. Interesting. So anyways, see, you got me distracted. It's so easy. So I like to do home meetings. I also like to do meetings out and about, like in the park. That's one of my favorites. You guys have heard me talk about that a lot. I'm an outdoor kind of girl, so I like to do outdoor parks. Also, there's no cost whatsoever doing that. I also do my big nighttime meetings. I do them at hotels. I do it because it gives people a safe place to go. And at the hotels, you can find some that are just a small room that's got room for 25 people. It's different prices all over the United States, like dramatically different depending on where you go. You can do them in libraries as long as you're not actually selling any product at it. You can do that. You can do them in community centers. We did a lot of community centers in the beginning because they're so cheap. You could go in for $25, $50 and have the room. Knights of Columbus halls. A lot of times they have small areas. You know, they might have like a really big one that they do parties, but they usually have a smaller room that you can use as well. So they've got some smaller locations. Senior centers. Those are a great spot to be able to do those. Whatever it is, if you're doing classes, this is my biggest advice to people is I like VFW halls. Yeah, those are a good one too. I like to make it consistent. So I personally feel that we're creatures of habit, right? People are creatures of habit. So like we have classes every single Monday night in one location. 7 o'clock Monday night, everything except for holidays. We're going to be there. We're 90 minutes from the time you start to the time you end, wrap up, and then they can stay for question and answers. They can, chit chat, have a good time, and it's a real fun spot to get to socialize. And the reason why I choose to do weekly and not every other week or even once a month is because, again, we're creatures of habit, and I don't want people to get out of the habit of knowing who Young Living is and what we are. I want to stay in the forefront. So that's what I like to do. And then as a leader now, I go and I partner with my other legs. So when I was out doing the teaching and training training till I had to readjust a few things. But I would do Monday nights was my class that I did in the Flint area. And then I would choose to go on Tuesdays. Each Tuesday of the month, I went to a different person's class and I taught for them. And then same thing on Wednesdays, I went to a different person's class. So I was hitting 9 different places doing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Brian's got a timer going for me, so I remember I've got that webinar to do. So that's what I like to do, is switch and rotate them. And the cost of the class, this is how I have done it from day one. You have to do what's right for you. I charge $5 per meeting with first-time guests free. A first-time guest is a person who is not a member of Young Living, not married to a Young Living member, and it's the first time that they've come to the class. Because a lot of times you'll have people that will come, 4 and 5 times because they're really liking the information, but they haven't signed up in Young Living yet, but you're still learning and you're educating. And I put a value on my classes. I keep it inexpensive, the $5, because we live in an area where income is really tight. But the $5 typically covers the cost of the venue, not always, and any giveaways or oils that we look, because I like to share a lot of oils in my classes. And if we actually have 70 people show up, then I do a bunch of giveaways too, so that the cost usually it pays for itself. They're not money makers by any stretch of the imagination, but that's the difference. Is like, we've got a class. If you want to see what my class descriptions look like and my flyers, that type of thing, go to my personal page. Even if you can't friend me, because I'm at my limit on friends, you can follow and you can read everything on mine. So you can see we've got a class coming up on the brain, and we have a class coming up on your lovely lungs and invaluable immune system. And just look at that, see how we set it up, see the descriptions, and you'll see how it is. So we do enroll people at our classes. That's the number one reason why we have the classes, is to enroll new people. So we let them enroll right there. We also we don't sell any product there. We do not have books there. This is just a class. You come in, we have fun, we chit-chat, we talk, we teach the class, we go over all 3 steps of Young Living: wellness, purpose, and abundance. The wellness portion is on whatever topic we happen to be covering. What about duplication? It's the same thing. People can do, that's exactly what other people are doing, is the same exact process. The PowerPoints for the classes we teach are available on our website, shannonhudsonwild.com. So you can take those PowerPoints and you can use them as a PowerPoint, or you can, yes, enrolling is considered selling at the library. So you're not able to enroll people if you use their venue. A lot of churches do it as well, let you be able to pay for a room in the church. So you have that option. But we teach on all 3, wellness, purpose, and abundance, right in the class, during the class, which means that they get to hear that Young Living is this amazing opportunity from every single angle. So you're not prejudging people. So that's what we do for our classes. In our Building for Diamond 102 webinar series that we're doing, we have, it's about 45 minutes that's dedicated just to the different types of events that you do, the different types of classes, how you make them duplicatable, what's the difference between, like, we have these things that I like to call an enrolling extravaganza. So what's the difference between an enrolling extravaganza and just having a Monday night class? What's the difference between the rolling classes, where you're taking and going out and doing classes, in-home classes? So it's really going in depth on that. So if you're somebody that you're at that stage and you really need to know about big events, little events, the 102 might be a really good tool for you. Will it be available again like 101? Yes. The Building for Diamond 102 will be available. It usually takes us about 2 weeks to get it out there. So if you're doing that, you're probably going to get that the end of September, beginning of October, where it will be available for you to be able to purchase the replay. I think that's it. Any other quick questions you guys want? I have like 3 more minutes before I have to go. You are so welcome. Okay, so I'm going to assume there's no questions. I don't know how long it takes to type a question. Maybe I'll give you a couple more seconds. All of the stuff we just talked about, all the links, all the handouts, all of the PowerPoints, those are all on my site. Our vendor fairs are great, but it's hard to teach a whole class. Is the webinar free? The webinar is $35. Will it be saved? Yes, you get 7 days to watch it. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Ideas to get people there. That's the 1090 plan. That's the talking to people. That's getting your advertising going. Oh, thank you, Orlando. I'm coming down there next month. I missed that one. How to teach your purpose. you know what? Your purpose comes from your heart. Teaching and sharing your purpose, it is the most important part. So when I'm sharing with people, I let them know I came, and you guys have heard it, I came as a toilet bowl cleaner. I came knowing nothing about health and wellness. When I first got introduced to health and wellness, I thought a donut and a diet soda were a balance. My life has been changed. Then knowing that my life has been changed, I want you to know that your life can be changed too. And that's what I share. That is that sense of purpose, letting them know that wherever you are today, your tomorrow can be better. That's bringing that into there. I want to teach more than intro classes, but don't know where to find the info to share. Honey, that's what I'm telling you. Go to my website. I have all 12 systems of the body. There's probably like 7 of them on there right now. But every time we do our Wednesday webinars, which are free and open to everybody. And I don't know why some of you guys couldn't get on yesterday. I have no idea. We had like 300 and some odd people that were on, and then I probably had that many people said they couldn't get in. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But you can listen to our webinars. It's talking about every system of the body and how they work. And then because it's done in a PowerPoint fashion, you can watch the video, then you can take that PowerPoint and use it as a tool for yourself so that you can turn around and teach the same exact classes. So I'm trying to equip it and make it so duplicatable that anybody can do this. So go on there, check out the Wednesdays, and if you can't get on the webinar, somebody told me that you can go to our YouTube, which is Shannon Hudson, and you can watch the Wednesday night YouTube videos, the webinars, you can watch at the same time. So you can watch those live right from my YouTube page if you can't get on for the webinar itself. Those are Wednesdays at 2 o'clock Eastern time. All right, guys, I have to go because my special speaker just messaged me that she's having a hard time getting into the webinar, which is kind of funny because we're talking about the webinar right now. So I love you guys, and I will definitely, yes, you can download the PowerPoints. They're all on there. Just go check out my website, ShannonHudsonYL.com. The Orlando event is listed on the page as well. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Let's see if I can actually hit the bye.